Good morning. How are you? My name is Jay Ashborne, and I'm waking up late today. So I guess that means you guys are getting a video a little bit later. Hopefully not too incredibly late. It's currently 10. I normally try to get these out by 11, but I guess we're really just, I don't know. I have voiceovers and editing to do. This might come out a little bit later today. Sorry in advance. It's the best way I can put it. So, are we're gonna talk about it? Might as well. It's kind of the thing right now. Patch notes have been released and how the future of Warpforge is going to look. Yeah. If you haven't seen this, I suggest we really take a look at this. A lot of things have been really thrown out to the table, including a lot of changes to the standard/classic format. Kind of scary. I don't know. I could make an entire video sitting here and pushing mental load jokes, but I think we're just gonna play Novitite on 1. It's crazy. So, removal of offense cards, or no, was it offense? Yeah, offense cards were noted. Let's hope that doesn't happen. Personally, I like the additional decision. I like the challenge. I think provoking thought in a game that is a strategy game is probably good. That's what the game's about, right? Strategy in my strategy game? How dare you? No. None of that. No thinking aloud, only face, just, warlord talent, trade, flank, buff spells, and then, or buff stratagems, and then, yeah, no thinking, just go face, auto battler coming soon, 2026, get your pre-order now. No, let's not, please. This seems miserable. Why would they do such a thing? It just doesn't make sense to me. Look what they've done to my boy. Like, honestly. Godfather reference? Nobody? Okay, I tried. Just seems like a really poor decision. If you've taken a glance at the Discord, or Facebook for that matter, the people do not seem pleased. At least the competitive community. Skirmish players rejoice. You're getting a good format. With a leaderboard now, and faction leaderboards, and, yeah. You just won't be able to play Classic until you get a collection. Question mark. I don't know. Lots of weird decisions, to be placed, but we're gonna keep on grinding, because that's what we do. We grind. We're a grinder. We're not on Grindr, God forbid. You can try to look for me, no avail. But we are definitely still making progress in the grind to 3K points. That's the end of the season, hopefully. It's what we're looking at. Maybe top 50, maybe not. 100 points a day. It's about what we've been averaging. Started out recording at about 1200 and made my way to 1310 last night. So I still have today to play. I got kind of busy with what I was doing last night. I wanted to go a little bit further. Some friends of mine have made their way to the leaderboard, and I am jelly. So maybe soon. But this game, yeah, looks like we're kind of just snowballing out of control. This just goes to stress the fact that the Novitite buff is absurd. It's good. Like, real good. I think we all saw this coming. If your lists are not running this card, you should be. Like, by a lot. Yeah. Meta's still pretty fast, is what it is. Hopefully, the meta does not stay fast forever. I would like a slower meta where things slow down and more decisions come into play, but that might take a toll on your mental load, so the double clear there in the double trigger, kind of annoying. Guess we'll have to find a way to do with it. I made my first misclick in this game yesterday. Not like decision-wise, where I like actually made a decision that I don't think was best. I actually tried to drag an Astrid out of my hand and dragged a DI instead. Sadly, when I was playing this card, they had no minions on board, so the DI did not do much, and I just kind of burned a turn. It felt like... I looked at myself and I'm like, what is up with my sausage fingers? It's like, I'm not like this. Guess I was just playing fast. Or casually, like, getting real comfortable with my play patterns. Kind of annoying. Yeah, this guy's rank isn't too bad, though. And he's pushing out Chaos. Don't see a lot of Mr. World Claimer, but, you know, if that's what you're finding success with, more power to you. Chaos can be strong. Definitely some power draws. Out comes the Celestine. Just a hard to deal with threat. We are getting kind of low, sitting here at 14 life. Yikes. Not looking pretty. I have just let the animals out for today. Did all my work with that. Cats went to go explore. I let some of the cats out every morning. They kind of go wander around the neighborhood and then they come back at night. Have my one indoor cat. She's acting a little funny. Had to run her to the hospital probably about a week ago. Scared the ever-living crap out of me. I think I have an irrational fear of losing a pet. So we're gonna get the ping here. Take a trade. Celestine trades. Now I could have traded face there and preserved some board condition. I just worried about getting a little low.
He would not allow this.
So I refrained. I could have. Probably would have been more efficient, but it seemed like pushing a risk, and I might need the life to work with. Life is a resource. You do have to manage it. Just like energy or the amount of cards in your hand. Life is a resource, and you do have to be careful with how you spend it. Rally effect ping to break the shield. 2 damage to all units. Alright. He is really concerned about the breaking face. We are still fighting for board. Gonna pop back out the Celestine for the tempo play. 3 energy to return her to the field. Pretty good. Not like I had a lot of other choices anyway. We're gonna pray up to 10. Trying to get to this a faith requirement, but he's not letting us. Gonna go ahead and throw the miraculous feat out here. Perhaps this will buy a turn. Something where he can't target me. Alright, develops a unit, but sadly it does not have Vanguard. Looks like there is lethal on board, my friend. Alright. So again, he's put in that position. You have to find the Vanguard or removal and lose. Or lose, so... Did lethal prevent itself? Two cards for the dig. Did he find it?
I'll destroy you.
All right. He does buy time. Add a line for the clear.
You are, and all you have done revolts me.
Ping. And heal. Going as wide as possible. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Providing 2 threats. Putting additional damage on him to put him within melee and warlord talent range. So, even if he does clear board, he would still have to provide a vanguard unit afterwards. Survey says... possibly. This game is actually quite fun. I enjoyed this game. I like close situations like this. It doesn't look like he found what he was looking for. Maybe. Perhaps. Ooh, here we go. Not quite. Exorcist coming down, gonna throw 5s to the board. Fun game. I did enjoy it. Yeah. Man, morning is not my calling card. It's hard for me to adjust. It takes me some time to wake up in the morning. I need coffee or something else. Gonna merge back into this one. Chaos, again. Now that I think about it, I did see a lot of chaos yesterday. I wonder if that's just people changing around to get a spread of points.
The warp flows through me, and it will be your doom.
I have nothing to give you but hatred and death, Tainted One.
Had some really close games too yesterday. Decided that I was gonna fiddle with lists. I think people finally talked me into it. I got enough flack for running control, and people, what was the comment someone made? I had an accomplished player tell me, "I'm surprised you made it as far as you did." I can't tell if it's a good thing. Is that good because the deck's poorly constructed, or is it surprised because the new player has the pilot skills to push a deck that's suboptimal as far as I have? I don't know. Part of me wants to persevere in spite, kind of just do it because they said I couldn't. So I don't know. I thought about testing out some new lists and going down on the curve. It is true, I do find the games where players curve out perfectly on you, like Varro Codex, or have a combo turn on 8 or 9 with Sappho Uprising. I find those games very hard, but then again, I kind of think of it like any deck that curves out on you is gonna do that to you. I mean, the new Orc lists with the Uchchapa buff, I mean, when those lists curve out on you, you know, they curve just as hard. It may not provide an unwinnable board state with 1,000 intercessors like Varro Codex does, but I still think it's really strong and hard to win verse. I mean, when any deck hits that 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 curve, it's gonna be difficult. I just think that the how would I put this? That would inquire the player mulligans correctly and, you know, makes mistakes, or doesn't make mistakes to hit that curve, so I would say it takes a lot of player intuition and a little bit of luck and RNG from card draw to draw your curve perfectly. In the games that don't come out like that, so in other words, I would say decks carve out the well-constructed decks like Varro Codex and Sappha Uprising, and I would say Sappha Uprising combos out on its combo turn. I'm drawing like the icon into the infestation, into the 1,000 neophyte triggers. I would say they probably hit their resource 35-40% of the time. The same goes with Varro Codex, just with the perfect draws. The games that do develop into like this kind of mid-gamey I fight for board state, I find I win a lot more frequently with a heavier list than you would if you had a lower to the ground list. And I don't know if that's because all the decks are so low to the ground right now, they're not running top end, and I am. It's a thing. There's some debate to be had there. I wouldn't spark it as like a verbatim thing. This was pretty annoying. I will say that. When I saw this play, I was not feeling. I was like, are you kidding me, dude? Really? I don't believe this is the first time this happens either. That's the main thing. So I believe it happens a second time in this game too, where I provide a really awesome board state. I'm like, oh, finally ahead. And then he's like, look at this. Flank troops. Again. I don't know. The amount of, I'm not winning this game, here's one card that completely changes the board state is kind of crazy in a game with, like, very few stratagems that cause board wipes and stuff. There's a lot of 3 to 4 cross stratagems that just say, I'm coming back in this game, whether you like it or not. And that's fine. I guess that's just a shout out or a nod to the uniqueness of Warpforge, but it was coming from games where you have to invest your entire turn to neutralize a board, you know, and then stepping into a game where it's like, not only did I neutralize the board state, but here, a board full of troops. It's very unique for me. I don't know how to think of it. It's fast, that's for sure. Kind of wonky at times, but like I said, maybe there's part of the charm, or maybe that's part of the uniqueness of Warpforge. So it's not bad enough to where I will quit playing. It's different. It's very different. In a game where everything is broken, it's balanced, if that makes sense. Some of the sisters' effects are not very fair either, to be honest. So, yeah, in a game where everything is unfair, I guess it's all balanced. Poorly, but balanced. Alright. Pop a Dark Pact. Additional damage. That's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off. By attacking me, a troop goes into 2 health range to where I can get it off the board. Heal up a little bit. Pop out a sister and pass the turn. I don't know. Do you think he should have went for the additional health there and smacked me instead of the additional damage? That way I couldn't have cleared with Warlord talent. Decisions. The world may never know. Just options and choices. People, hold on. Sorry, it's morning, I require nicotine. I had to light a cigarette. Don't smoke, kids, it's bad for you. So, people inquire like people play perfectly, and I just go to stress this. This really, again, is a giant nod or a huge set out to, the variance in player skill. So this is just, I made a Reddit post a while back about really stressing the difference in like, oh, there's a difference between a high legend player and a average 500 skull player in legend. And I was like, there really is a difference. There's a giant nod in player variant. There's a giant discrepancy in player skill and thought and like chain of logic in order to, oh, there was a guy in Discord yesterday who says, you don't have to plan ahead, and I highly disagree. You have to think ahead. There are plays that I've made that have been featured on this channel where I have pinged a unit or kind of whittled down with troops in order to get to clear the turn after. Setting up for the Exorcist clears. Setting up for the clear with playing Sacred Rose Sisters and flanking both of my units into that troop. I think you do have to think ahead in this game. How far ahead? I do not know. Probably a turn or two. I would like to see, like, an additional turn or two where I could make plays that would advantage the future, but I guess that's all up for speculation on how the board state goes. This is a wonky board state. Alright. So at 10 faith, we are going to talent, miraculous feat, damage him, act like we are failing for board.
I have seen worse. I have vanquished worse.
This does put him within a 2-turn lethal range. So this is one of those planning ahead feats I was describing earlier. We had 11. We could have pinged a troop and played the Catherine there instead. I was planning to take the win for sure with the miraculous feat in the late game. Alright, Dark Pack's coming out. Again, gives health and regeneration. Does not look like it helps. Here's the DI. And I'm not entirely familiar with Chaos. So, I don't know if I had went for a miraculous feat play and did not draw the DI, if he would have had an out there. But that would have also been an option. Thankfully, we do draw the Cleansing Flames. Gets the clear on this game. Wraps that up. So, not bad. Not bad at all. Slowly climbing. Definitely a grind. Let's hop into one more and slam it home. The Erica Mirror.
You are defiling
Our hand looking kind of clunky.
and will now face
Drawing that
his
7. We
judgment.
do not want
No
to see that in the
mercy
early
for the
game.
unrepentant.
Thankfully, the extra card wraps it up. Do see the Novotite, so knew the hand was not good. Needed the card. No resource denial this game. Let's see if he has an answer. Ping me. That's obnoxious, but okay. Into attack the troop. Alright, no 1-drop out of him, no 2-drops either.
The holy radiance of the Emperor burns within me.
Prayer into prayer. Play the preacher. Try to progress a little bit on board state. I must have been exhausted last night because I went to bed rather early this morning. Sometime around 5 on EST. Woke up around 8, but decided, I'm still kind of tired. I'll sleep in. Ended up here. Lots of prayers coming out. Crazy board position. Really do need those early turns or else you will be struggling. And I guess this is one of the benefits to having a lower curve, is you might get to situations where you're gaining tons of faith more often. However, of all the 4-drops and sisters, I do not believe Dialogus is the one you want to be slamming on a board like this. Dialogus was a card I tried when I initially started playing. I thought it could be good as a one-of. However, the more I played it, the more I realized when it came into play, it kind of did nothing. It just sat there. The stats aren't particularly good on it. It does have to stick around for a turn before you get anything out of that card. I was not a fan. So I ended up cutting it, moving on to different cards. Looks like we are just gaining faith here. Don't want to produce the additional Crusader. Don't really need the card. Just trying to work up in faith and keep the advantage where we are. Full board, turn 5. Yikes. I don't know if he has an out here. Again, one of these cards that has to come into play and sit around for a turn before it can actually accomplish something. Going to take some trades here. Push damage. I probably should have traded off with one additional Novitite here. Guess I made a small misplay, but the board position is pretty overwhelming. Looks like this one's going to be a quick one. What would he need here? You can't relics into miraculous feat. That's 4 than 3. Sacred Rose Sister doesn't do it. Cleansing Flames? Oh no, we've lost connection. Please no. The heart scares see me tapping the screen frantically. Please no, let me win. Please no, my points, not my points. Adeline, good card. Definitely gets you to a higher faith, but I do not think that solves the board state. Cleansing Flame into... Yeah, I don't know. That was a rough one.
The blood of martyrs is the
It seems like may have had some difficulty there. Believe I follow suit in with another one. Yeah, I do. Okay. I do not even remember the game after this game, so this should be interesting. A surprise for you and I both. Some of the recordings I do, I play and then I get into situations where I'm like, oh, this game won't look interesting, or like the short 3-minute games and an overwhelming board state. I don't mind putting those in here and be like, oh, look, Novitite's a good card. We all kind of saw this coming. I don't mind throwing those in there. It's just 3 minutes. But these longer ones with interesting content, I feel like I like to see. However, I do record probably once or twice a day. I try to get like a couple videos. And then there's some games I play where things will occur, like I'll forget to turn off notifications, and I'll get a giant phone notification. So I'm like, ah, crap, I can't put that game in there. There's a giant phone notification in it. I'll just record another one. Or something like that, where I'm just like, and I'll stop recording. So I do not remember the outcome of this game. Or if I'm just doing a voiceover right now for nothing and I'm going to have to cut it off at the end of the episode. We'll see. If you're hearing this conversation, you've made it far enough to know that this game goes out and there's nothing that occurs. Otherwise, I would have already quit recording and you guys would have been clipped out. So, all right. So pretty annoying. He decides to ping me, which seems to be the reoccurring trend. Okay. Yeah, a little bit annoying. Glad that he did not play a flank troop there. He does get the that, but we do not have the 3 faith to play the Rhino and get the super pumped Sacred Rose Sister. We do have enough faith, however, to play this sick one of Retributor, doing your job, gaining an incredibly fair advantage for just playing a troop on 4. Pretty good. Flanker comes out, gets the Slay Trigger. not necessarily annoyed, that's fine. I'll clear this in my head. Gonna ping this out, pray again, provide some pressure, get that ranged attack in while I can. There have been times where I have honestly saved these troops to perhaps trade more efficiently with a board state, because I knew I would have to continue to come back. However, I think I've realized where I can make these small incremental advantages and push just a little bit harder. So yes, I do take the 5 points there with the Retributor. Talent, put some damage on this. Retributor, slay through the armor, pushes it out. Get the Flamer, the heavy Flamer, and survive with 1 HP. I prayed on Celestian there. Definitely could have prayed on the Retributor. Doing that would have prevented the Asmodai talent from killing it. Maybe kept it around for another turn or something. He uses it to break the shield anyway. Okay. So maybe it would not have mattered regardless. Just a thought, you know, just throwing it out there. Could have been an option. That is quite annoying. Still trying to gain faith here. Take the prayer here. Take the prayer here. Thinking. Talent into relic? Yeah. Was thinking about using the cleansing flames there for additional damage, but acted against it. Could have talented his face instead if I had cast cleansing flames, so he could be at 3 less life. Oh wait, 6 less life, yeah. Probably one of my most hated cards in DA is this card right here. I cannot stand this card. It is like the nerfed version. It's like a draft version of and I say draft version. So in Magic they say all cards are not designed to be good. You want some weaker cards for the less powerful formats. So I think of like raw static cards that are just stats with no abilities. Vanilla cards, if you will. Kind of looks like a weaker creature intended for draft formats. And I look at that card and it's 4E and creates flankers. I'm like, that seems like the draft version of Sacred Rose, or that I forget what the Chaos one's called, that creates spawns for each unit or each troop in play. So it's just, it's so much mana. It's so much energy to cast that card. Kind of crazy. Drawing some cards here in a little bit of a tight spot. We have plenty of health, and he is definitely feeling the pressure. 4-turn clock with the Warlord talent.
Come forth and be slaughtered.
Okay. Ooh, Apothecary. Obnoxious. Maybe not 4 turns anymore. Alright. Out comes the big boy. Here's 3 damage. Thought about going face. Look at the Apothecary. I was like, I'll regret this if I don't clear it. So, decided to clear. I was not going to give him the opportunity to heal any more than he needed to. There is a possibility he didn't have anything here and couldn't trigger agenda or provide enough power towards his secrets that it wouldn't have mattered. However, I did not want to take the risk. I said, no, we're just not even going to give him any additional health. Thank God I did not. Out comes some damage here. Gets a double trigger of health. He definitely would have benefited from that. This is pretty crazy. Yep. That is a clear. DA has a tendency to do that, where you will be in a pretty good board state and they just come back out of nowhere. It's somewhat slightly irritating to play against, but it is how the deck operates, so I guess I'm fine with that. Sitting on 9 faith, 10e.
Complacency.
What's the option
leads to
here?
heresy.
Thought and thinking. Amalia clears the armored troop. Cleansing flames, ping that off. And are we getting aggressive? Looks like that is the case. I said, you don't scare me. We'll go to even life. I'm the aggro deck. Look at me. Look at me. I am the aggro deck now. We keep pressing on. See what his response is to this.
It is death you crave, I shall gift it to you.
That's a good one. Pretty strong. Yeah, really glad I did not leave that apothecary around watching him trigger these effects now. So definitely made the right decision. Okay. Maybe you were the aggressor. Maybe I lied. So we have... Yep, I was gonna say. We can talent this. Ooh, triumph. Don't even care about my life total. Says, I know you can't kill me. There's no unit that goes face. I was praying he didn't have removal. Turns out he has removal. It's okay. Hey, there was a chance. Out comes the Redemptor Dreadnought. Oof. Picks up that troop. Miraculous Feat really gonna shine here. So I am not going to, in case he was an inclined player, I am not going to talent him. I am going to cast the Celestine and play what looks like a somewhat weakened board state. I could have also played 2 smaller troops. This provides like threats that he can't remove. I thought maybe the other ones had a possibility of getting removed. So now without a Vanguard unit, we have 9, 10, 11, 12 on the clapback. 4 energy to spend. Vanguard unit or heal. Survey says it does not look like it. Okay, well then, that was an option. All right, but there you go. Some games from yesterday. Might make a video going over the patch. Might not. Haven't decided yet. Don't really want to hate on any specific crowd, but thank you guys for tuning in. I do appreciate it. Hopefully you stick around. I will see you guys tomorrow.